This is a free audiobook animation for Little Red, Book 1 in the Meeko's Nutty Tales series by Bethany Stahl. Get your book and learn more about Bethany's books on BethanyStahl.com. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Grandfather Meeko was a very old squirrel who loved to tell stories. Every night, he would settle into his rocking chair with a warm glass of almond milk and pluck a book from his basket. The pages were bare, and Meeko was blind, but that never stopped him from telling a tale.
Ah, a classic.
He squeaked as he did every night. The marsh creatures loved his stories, so they cuddled together and opened their ears.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Little Red Riding Hood.
Meeko began. Squeaky McSqueakin', Squeakerton Squeakers!
She sang as she skipped along a woodland trail. Little Red carried a basket full of freshly picked acorns to Grandma's house. But in the bushes, big, round eyes followed her. The sneaky creature wanted those delicious nuts for himself. The beast snuck ahead to Grandma's house, making sure that even the tippy-taps of his feet didn't make a sound. Little Red, unaware of the beast, continued. As she approached Grandma's house, she saw the door was open.
Who's in here?
Little Red said, her voice shaking.
It's me, Grandma Mummy.
A high-pitched voice echoed back. Little Red entered the house to see Grandma sitting on the bed with a blanket over her head.
Grandma, what a high-pitched voice you have!
All the better for squeaking with.
Grandma, what a strange blanket over your head you have!
All the better for staying warm with.
Grandma, what a long neck you have!
All the better for eating hot dogs with.
Hot dogs?
Possum whispered to Owl.
Does that sound right to you?
Owl hooted as he shook his head. The marsh creatures giggled and listened even closer.
Little Red continued.
Well, I brought you some fresh acorns. I know acorn pie is your favorite.
Oh yes, I love it. Yum, yum, yummy.
Grandma Mummy squawked from under the blanket. Yet, despite Grandma Mummy saying she was Grandma Mummy, something didn't feel right. Little Red grabbed the edge of the blanket and yanked it off her grandma to reveal a hungry ostrich.
Wait, an ostrich?
Little Duck quacked, interrupting the story.
Shh! I'm telling the tale, and yes, it was a big, hungry ostrich. Little Red screamed. This ostrich was not her Grandma Mummy. The ostrich screamed back, eyes darting around the room, frightened.
Why are you screaming?
Little Red shouted.
Because you are screaming. Why are we screaming?
The ostrich asked.
Because you are not Grandma Mummy. Where's my grandma?
I'm here, sweetie, Grandma said as she ran inside, shocked to see her bed filled with a feathery mess. Grandma had been by the side of her house gardening. Gerald, I told you, no sneaking into the house for extra treats. You only have to knock on the door and ask, Grandma told her dear ostrich friend.
Whoops, sorry.
Gerald shrugged. Little Red's belly bounced as she laughed, realizing there was nothing to be afraid of after all. With rosy cheeks, she handed Grandma the basket full of fresh acorns. Grandma asked, Who wants acorn pie?
Me!
Little Red and Gerald exclaimed. The new friends enjoyed a delicious treat together, grateful that Grandma Mummy was such a good baker. The end.
The marsh creatures chattered, questions filling the air.
Grandfather Meeko, do ostriches really like acorn pie?
Baby Bunny asked as she wiggled her nose. Meeko nodded, cheeks full of nuts.
Are you sure Gerald was an ostrich?
Turtle questioned slowly.
I thought he was supposed to be a wolf, and I'm not sure his name was Gerald.
Of course I'm sure Gerald was an ostrich. This story is indeed a classic. It is almost like you've never heard it before. Silly friends.
Meeko chuckled as he hiccuped on the warm milk. He placed the blank book back into the basket carefully and rocked himself to sleep. The end. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Don't forget to grab your copy of the book and keep an eye out for more books in the Meeko's Nutty Tales series coming soon.